Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Buddy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Buddy's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Buddy's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Buddy is seated nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash, and Fred and Buddy take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Buddy heel, and then you just start walking and he'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. I've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, Buddy will sit. There's an example there. Now it's important when you're heeling Buddy that he walks nicely at your pace on your left-hand side without trying to pull ahead of you or lag behind. If he did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction to the training collar, repeat your command to heel, and then start walking again. Now the next command they'll demonstrate is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm and intercept from Buddy's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. Now this is a good exercise to build up self-control in Buddy. You can start practicing this one at about a minute's time and work your way up in increments till you get to about 3 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Buddy, he's going to walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Buddy holds that sit-stay throughout. Fred gives him some praise and then heels him right out of it. I'll show you a little more of the heel sit and stay. There's that automatic sit. As they come back up front, you'll put him into a sit. He'll do the stay again and back out to the end of the training leash. Now this time he'll give Buddy a minute to hold it, and then he'll demonstrate the come or recall command instead of returning back to him. He's going to call him into him using his name. Buddy's going to come in, sit in front of Fred, and then we have an exercise called the finish. Fred's going to heel him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. He'll demonstrate that recall one more time. He has him in the sit, gives him a stay, out to the end of the leash, and gives him a minute to hold it.
Buddy, come.
And then he calls him into him using his name. Buddy comes in, sits in front, and then the finish, Fred's going to heel him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. That's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Buddy about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate your commands with him into your daily routine. Next up, we'll be showing you our down commands. The first one will be down from a heel position. Fred's going to use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives him a stay and walks back out to the end of that training leash. Now, this is another good exercise to build up self-control in Buddy. This one you can start practicing at about 3 minutes time and work your way up till you get to about 5. Fred's going to return back to Buddy once again, walks all the way around, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. He holds that down and stay throughout, and then Fred heels him right out of it. And they'll show you that down again when they come back around. Now you see Buddy's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your commands. So if you give him a command and he does not respond, you say no, give a tug and let go correction to his training collar, and then repeat the command you'd given him. Now Fred's going to give him the down one more time. His hand straight to the ground and the one-word command to down, and then a stay, and walks back out to the end of that leash. And this time he'll give him a minute to hold it, and then he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down position.
Buddy, come. Good boy.
Calls him in using his name. He gets up, comes in, sits in front, and then the finish, he heels him right around the back of him and gets him right back to his left-hand side heel position, and Buddy sits. I'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which is down from a distance. This will be the down from a distance. You're going to have him in a sit, give him a stay, walk out to the end of your training leash. Now this is the only time you use your right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop him into a down from the end of the training leash. He then returns back to him. Once again, he walks all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position.
Buddy, yeah.
Alright, those are our basic obedience commands. And we've also gone ahead and just started to advance his training a little, so Fred's going to show you just a little bit of that. He has him in a sit, he gives him a stay, he's going to drop the leash and walk away, and walks a lap around him, coming all the way back around, back to that left-hand side heel position, and then he'll give him a down, still completely off leash, and a stay, walks away again. Now obviously we don't intend for you to practice your commands off leash at first, but if you put in the 15 to 20 minutes a day, this just shows you what you can start to build up to with Buddy. Now Fred returns all the way back to him, picks up the leash and heels him right out of it. Alright, we've demonstrated for you our basic obedience commands that we've worked on with Buddy here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Buddy, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.